Good morning, everybody. Saw here with the Rotties. Here's the one everybody loves, Kane. I got him in the cage this morning because I just did another breeding with Miss Kenya and Mr. Kobe. I gotta clean the cage. That's Mr. Kobe there. Hey, Kobe. And that's Kane. My two males in my camp. She wants to chase the ball. She'll bring it back. Got these two beautiful guys. Kane has sired the two litters that I have that I'm expecting in the time now. And Kobe is the sire of the breeding that I'm doing now. Hey, Kobe. Kane is a big, pretty boy. Kobe is just a little bit taller than Kane. Let me see if I can get this good shot. He's just having a fit. Because Kane always he gets wired up. Anytime any of the other dogs are doing something, he gets wired up really quick. Because he wants to get out there and run around with him. I'm going to let him out in a minute once I put her up because I want this pairing to be a strictly Kobe. So I got a question this morning. You guys, so what do you think about dual sires? I was just reading or listening to a YouTube, another breeder, and they were talking about dual sires. What do you guys think about that? Drop it in the comment. What are your comments on that? It seems like it's kind of growing some attraction. Just doing some research and kind of seeing what the pros and cons. At one time, obviously, it was frowned upon and considered a bad breeding practice to be able to do that. But now, apparently, it is something that's becoming popular. AKC do allow it. There's a lot more work involved because you want to be able to genetically test or test the puppies to determine which male sired the puppies. So it's a little bit more work on the breeder, but then again, I guess there could be some pros and cons to that because if you're trying to get, puppies, from two different males in your kennel, you can kind of do that, like almost like a 2-for-1 in a sense, and you don't have to necessarily wait for an entirely, different breeding if that's the route you choose to take. But you want to be able to identify those puppies once they're born. And it's, there's some more steps and some cost involved in that, but it'll depend on which direction you want to take your program, but drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments and just let me know what your thoughts are. Some of y'all that's been breeding, some of y'all that's getting ready to breed, looking at breeding, whatever the case is. What are your comments and your thoughts on multiple sires? As for me, the jury is still out. I'll be honest. The jury is still out for me. I'll be doing some more research and things of that nature there and see. But apparently it is something I checked that AKC does allow. Do you think that would help the breeding program? Or do you think it would be more trouble than this work? Now, I'm talking about ethical breeders. I'm not talking about the guys that do it and don't tell nobody. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about intentional breeding. I'm talking about the breeders that are intentionally having dual sires. It's their purpose. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the guys that just do it because they don't, they're sloppy, or, we all know sometimes mistakes can happen. But I'm talking about, those you all that may want to become intentional in your program and how you do it. That's what I'm talking about. So, if you want the ball again, yeah. All of my dogs have really good drive. Really good drive. I like to do this a lot when you have multiple dogs, like this, and if you ain't got acres and acres to just let them free roam all the time, you have to do this. You see, I'm getting ready to, they didn't messed up my well, they didn't do it alone. My yard over the winter, doing some work, leveling out some areas. I'm going to resod it and extend my kennels and everything like that. But nevertheless, they will tear up your yard. Hey, I'll show you. Look what these things did. You'd thought I had some real bears. Look at this. This is riders for you. Look, this is they ripping up a tree. Ripping up a tree. Don't ask me why. Look at this. Just look at this. Look at this. And you sit here and you wonder, why sometimes, prices are what they are. Listen, for those of you all out there, you're tire kicking and everything like that, it is not easy, developing a breeding program. If you're going to do it right, it's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you something if you're going to do it right. If you just gonna get 2 dogs and just let what happens, maybe a different thing. First of all, so understand, not that cost is automatically transferred to the customer. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to understand the level of work that goes into having a breeding program with integrity. And you're trying to do things, the right way, and it ain't just a fad. You're just jumping on something, You want to be able to do it the right way. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about dual sires. I'd love to have some conversation around that. Dual sires. It seems like it's becoming a big thing now. So let me know. Drop a comment in there about it. Dual sires. What do you think? Nay or yay? Nay or yay? All right, till next time. Page House fam. Peace.